How's it going? How y'all doing? Welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing great. Our kind friends at Phones de Guatemala sent me this brand new tablet especially for you. Or maybe you have some little ones at home, the kids, your children. Well, this could be the perfect one because believe me, for this price and everything it comes with, I want one too, since I have two boys myself. And honestly, this would be the ideal one. This is the this is the Cubot Tab 65, and believe me, it's really nice. Let's check out its features and specs. Luckily, it comes with everything you need. Look, here's the model. It's Android, not Windows. It also has a Tiger T615 processor, so that already gives you an idea of why the price is what it is. Yeah, that's why the price. Thank you. And then we also have 128 gigabytes of internal storage with 4 gigabytes of RAM, expandable up to 8. And its screen uses IPS HD Plus technology and is 10.1 inches. Here it says IPS, capacitive touch, and we have HD Plus resolution, which is good. And it also supports SD cards up to 1 terabyte. Its USB port is Type C. It doesn't have a SIM slot, so please don't ask me about that. The front camera is 5 megapixels. The rear camera is 13 megapixels with AF autofocus and an LED flash. And the battery is 6,200 milliamp hours. All right, back to the video in case you wanted to see its features. Here's the box. Very nice looking. When I first laid eyes on it, I honestly thought to myself that it was a MacBook or something very similar to that when the good folks over at the phones team first sent it to me. So it's amazing. Honestly, it's absolutely amazing. And right here is our brand new tablet. Just look at how it comes packaged. Really, really nice in this section. Right away, you can tell, for example, it comes with this, which is a protective cover, meaning a high quality case is already included with this tablet. It looks super pro, honestly, this case. Check out the camera module over here. It's really cool. Honestly, the module looks pretty pro, and the overall build quality looks really nice. It has a unique finish, kind of like denim jeans, guys. That's how nice it is. I love this, especially the camera module. And then when you open it up, it turns into a really beautiful tablet. Let's take off the case since you can already see it comes with a full keyboard, right? Because I mentioned it from the very start, and that's exactly how our tablet is. Thank you so much. It's really beautiful. The hair just fell out here. I'm gonna go bald, guys. I've got a hairline like Vegeta right here. That's what some people say. That's just how I was born. All right, let's keep going with this. We'll talk about my Vegeta hairline later. Also, the camera module here looks really nice. You can feel it. It's metal, guys. I already checked. It's metal and it feels really premium. So if you drop it, there is a real possibility that what might happen is that it could bend or something like that. But since it has protection with a case, that is definitely a very cool feature to have. Then here, if you notice, we have its USB Type-C port located right there at the bottom, and here we also find the volume up and down buttons, the power button, and we also have the headphone jack. And here, let's go ahead and check it out in real time. Expansion, I'm going to move my head a bit because right above it, thanks, there's a camera. And right here is another, a third camera. And then here we have, for example, this is for its SIM tray. It doesn't say here that it has a SIM. If it did, it would be right where the black part is, right there. It'd be uncovered, but it's covered, folks. So it doesn't have a SIM slot. We're going to check that right now. I'm going to show you exactly. Careful with this, don't put it in upside down. If you do, that's it. You've messed it up for good, just like I did. All right, here I have it. It's done, done, done. And then here we have its speakers. I see they're dual, which is great, and that's it. And as for the protective case, we just carefully slide it into place like this. Take a look at how incredibly sleek it looks, folks. Every single detail and corner just looks absolutely fantastic. Let's see what else we find in the box. Here we have the box itself. Well, this is the keyboard. Yep, definitely the keyboard. What's going to happen is that with this keyboard, we'll have the button right here, if you notice. This right here is the power button. You simply press it down right here and that's it. Now it's on. And right over here, we have the dedicated USB port, which is primarily used to charge up our keyboard. Here's the USB port, the power button, and not only can we connect it to the tablet itself, but we can also connect it to various other mobile devices. And once it's finally on, if you notice, there's a small indicator light here. There you go, it's fully charged. You can see here we have the home button, the back button, the magnifying glass, and it works just like a regular keyboard. Check out the back. It's like this material is like microfiber, but it actually feels like metal. It really feels like solid metal. It feels pretty pro. Honestly, the keyboard at least feels very professional. Let's just set it over here for a moment. And if you notice, it also comes with its very own mouse. The finish is actually pretty nice. This part rotates. Here we have a little button. Very good. And then we have right and left buttons. And this is where we're going to put in our batteries. Let's see if they fit, folks. I came prepared because these definitely don't come with batteries included. Because sometimes the tablets sit there for a long time and they don't sell them with batteries. And then we have the on-off switch. All said, what we're going to learn next is how to connect it. Our mouse, because I've already connected the keyboard. And we also have its USB Type-C cable. On this end, and here, USB-A. It's complete. We also have its charger. We saw that the battery, at least, I can't see it, folks, but I'll leave it here for you. Right here, I'll show you the battery, how much it is. And we have about 10 watts. I recommend that you leave it charging overnight, okay? At least in that case, yes. Cubot said, I'm not going to put that much circa. It includes charging brick, which is included because of the affordable price. And here is the tool to remove its tray, which is for micro SD, and the standard set of user manuals and documentation, the tab 65, and that's it. This is honestly what it comes with. What we're going to look at next is its screen. Let's check out the screen, folks. See how it looks in action. Imagine you already have it here. Let's check out its operating system. Take a good look at how vibrant and nice this screen actually is. Now, yes, the bezels are a bit thick all around, but that's because of the price. And it already comes with a screen protector, which is plastic. I don't know if you can see it. Let's say, focus the camera. There it is. Look, that's the screen protector it already comes with. If we swipe down, we have stock Android. Yes, a totally clean and stock version of the Android operating system. And here it is. Look, you can cast this screen to a smart TV. It also has, basically, it's going to look for any smart TVs nearby. There we go, it already found two for me. And this is what the interface looks like. Look, it's really complete, right? And if we swipe over here, well, we don't have this. I love that all the apps are right here, but it doesn't have an app drawer. It's just like this. There are absolutely no third-party apps. It's clean. At least it includes, for example, a calculator. The interface is really nice. The calendar. We also have Google Gemini. There it is. You can ask it questions. And the calendar looks really nice. And now, as we move forward into this specific section of the platform, right here, we'll be able to view all of our documents. You can download any kind of document viewer you want. And at least they have this one. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to save this document right here. I saved it. And that's it. I saved it. Look. No, thanks. And here we can do more. Just tap on more. We can create a Microsoft Word document, a new presentation, a spreadsheet, or a new PDF. Yeah, it's right here. And here we have some games. I installed this program myself, yeah. And now let's go to the settings section. But first, let's check out the processor. Check it out. Here we have a Unisoc T7250, which is the same as the 615, just like we saw on the back. And this is the GPU, the Mali G57. So yes, we can play PUBG Mobile, Free Fire, Blue Strike. I think I had Free Fire open. Let's see if Free Fire opens before we check out the keyboard, which is really nice. Let's go to the Free Fire section. You won't be able to play Fortnite or anything like that. You're probably going to ask, okay, does it have a PC mode? So far, I haven't seen that it has a PC mode. Free Fire's already starting up. There it is. Look, the screen looks pretty big. The good thing is that it has HD plus, right? This is how the screen looks. Check out. I'm not going to play, guys. I'm not going to play on this tablet because it's more meant for viewing documents, for checking out, for example, other types of little games. At least this one will run. If I tap here, look, nothing happens. Nothing happens except when I'm reading. Done. And here we have the home button. Look, it's gone. Again. And there you go. Now it worked. Now let's go to the settings section. And here we're going to have some other things, like, for example, about the tablet. Illegal information. It comes with Android 15 on board. They had to expand the RAM, yeah. Let's see if it'll let us show this. Set aside some time, okay? Because I want you to really get to know it. Here's the RAM expansion option. I went ahead and expanded it right away. It says RAM expansion size. It's going to restart. It restarts when you expand the RAM. I had already done it. And if I do it again, it's going to restart. So I'll just leave it as it is. You saw that Free Fire is still hidden. We also have emergency security and privacy here. Wallpaper style. There's several wallpapers here. Look. Let's see if we have more options. Home screen. Actually, you can change the wallpapers. You can download some. At least here it has one. Oh, nice. It does. Look. I thought it didn't. This is Android technology, not Windows. Don't get confused. Then here on the screen, we're going to go to the section about the refresh rate, at least 90 hertz. You saw that on the back of the box. It didn't say, for example, that it had 90 hertz, right? That's a plus here. And then we have game space. Look, we can activate these game spaces like HDR, which is great, folks. When we get into PUBG Mobile, let's set it to high and ultra. And then we have video display enhancement. Careful, don't activate anything here, okay? Don't activate anything, because what will happen is the colors will look really bad. At least that's what I've seen. Lock screen, screen on time, the screen, pay attention to the screen. It even has attention awareness. Look, this means that if you're looking at the screen, thank you, it won't turn off. That's another plus. That's great, folks. And that's it. We're almost done. But let's go check out the screen a bit. But first, let's connect the mouse. Here's the keyboard. So this is the keyboard. The keyboard. And we're going to link another one, which would be the mouse. Let's see if we can find it. Now let's go ahead and turn off the mouse. There, we've turned it off. Let's go here again. Link. There they are. We turn on the mouse. There it is, right over there. Look, we finally found it. And now we are gonna link it up. And that's it. We've got it. That's how it works. Look how nice it is. When you want to, for example, disconnect the keyboard, you just hit forget, for example. And then you look for the keyboard here. Wait for it to show up. Let's see if it shows up. This is in real time, yeah. Let's see if it shows up. We're going to turn off the keyboard. I'm going to make it happen to you. And then I won't show you how it's done. Although the video is going to take a little longer. But it's worth it. Let's see if the keyboard shows up here. And if not, we'll have to do this. There we go. It's right here. There it is. Look. We just hold down this little button where it says connect. And what it's going to do, you saw it wasn't blinking, right? What I did was hold it down. I'm glad I did this, guys. I keep holding it down, and you'll notice that this little light, this blue light, is blinking. Now you can find it here. Good thing I did this, guys. You tap on pair, and that's it, because otherwise you're going to ask me in the comments, how do I pair it? And that's it. Now I have it. It even shows the battery level, at least not for the mouse, but for this one it does, since it's digital. How nice, guys. Now we can even hit home, and it takes us right to the home screen. This is so cool. I love that it comes with a keyboard. Well, we've got it all set up, almost everything. Let's check everything over here. And over here in connection preferences, quick share is also available, Bluetooth, casting this screen to a smart TV, which we've already seen. And now let's move on to a video. For that, let's go to YouTube and watch in real time now. I know the video is going to take a little while, a bit longer than usual, as someone out there would say, but it'll be worth it, guys. Let's watch this video that I always watch. Let's see if it doesn't show up here, which is, yeah, the ads. You got to pay for ads, folks. I think we're all in the same boat. And that's it. Now let's watch in real time. What's the resolution at? I was testing it earlier, and it gets up to at least 720p. Set it to 720p. It's a 1080p. Look how it looks. And let's turn up the volume too, just to test the sound a bit, folks. All right, we're going to try it out. But it looks good, guys. We can even expand it like this. Let's try to bump up the resolution a bit more. And there we go, at 1080 pages. Let's see if it doesn't freeze. Turning up the volume. Remember, the screen is HD+. All right, maybe you won't hear it that much, but the sound is actually pretty loud, right? And yeah, it handled it. At least it handled 1080p, which is HD. Let's remember, it's HD+. I was excited it handles that resolution now. Before, when I turned it on, it only supported 720p. 720p is HD, and at 1080, that's HD+. It is full HD. Full HD for the video, right? I'll say it again. At 720p, this is HD+, okay? Meanwhile, the video we're playing is HDR. It's the original version, but at least the tablet gives us full HD for YouTube videos. That's good for watching movies, right? For watching movies, TV shows, soap operas, or whatever you want. We're almost done now. If you notice, there's nothing here like where it says, okay, here it is. The app for making calls. There's nothing, guys. What I do want to check, for example, is if there is. Here it also shows you how the RAM memory is doing. Let's see if it has split screen. Oh, it does. How nice. Look, we have this split screen feature. Let's see if it supports more people. Because as far as I remember, I had set it up with what would be the RAM extension. So it supports it. Look at how incredibly interesting this is. And if I rotate it, it still works perfectly. Look, wow, that is truly amazing, guys. That is absolutely incredible. It is really awesome. Now, what we are going to do next is test out the keyboard, because I know you have been waiting to see what the keyboard looks like. In the meantime, I am going to use this third camera, put this over here, and now, for example, I will open up a document and do this. Look, this is exactly like for working. I will zoom in a little bit, then put the keyboard right here, and that is it. And over here, I will also put the mouse, and that is exactly how it is going to work. Look, I do this. See, it works just like a computer, like an actual PC, and you can really tell how well it works. At least the mouse feels like it is pretty high quality. This little button, I wonder what it is for. So if you take a look right here, this little toggle button is to actually signal whether or not I want the on-screen keyboard visible. And if not, we can just turn it off. Let's see. Let's see if we can find undo. We found it, folks. We already set it up, and now we're good to go. Let's check here. There, done again. And now it's set. There it is, look. So it gives us the option if we want the keyboard, or we can just leave it like this. And we can do this. Look, the emojis. There they are. And we're not going to press this because otherwise it won't remove the screen for us. All right, let's type right here. Hello there. How is going today? Just like in the song. Hello, how are you doing? Have you been? just like that. We can select like this. We can navigate as if it were a PC. Let's go to Google. And here we can, for example, continue as in Jason. And there it is. Just look at that. It's like it's a tablet, a full computer, or a portable PC. We're going to allow it right now. And here we're going to type in Fonz, which is the specific page that's sponsoring this entire video today. We click right here and just look how this looks. Honestly, how cool is this, guys? Wow. A tablet of this impressive size and affordable price, man, it's really nice. Just look. And here we're going to type this same one again, which would be the Tab 65. Let's see if it finds it for us. We forgot to put a space. Error. And here it is. Look. There's our tablet. And at least here in Guatemala, it costs 1,199 quetzales. That's the price. And in dollars, it would be this much. So keep that in mind, folks. And that's as far as we go today. It's nice, right? I absolutely love this. I really love this, guys. Now, for the brand new Tab 65, look, there's the Tab 2. Just look at how smoothly it goes. It works perfectly. And yeah, it looks really nice, guys. It's really pretty, it's complete, and I honestly really like that. And here we are, opening up even more windows, like for school or for research. And we even saw that it has Google Gemini built right in, so we can ask it any questions we want. Let's go ahead and ask some questions right now. Don't waste your time, because I'm showing you exactly how it works. Here, I'm going to type hello. Let's put here, hello, do you happen to know anything about Euphrasio? Lopez 502, and we hit enter. Let's see if it does anything. So it says here that, of course, Eufrasio is a very well-known content creator and tech reviewer from Guatemala. Here it also says he mainly specializes in the entire world of mobile technology and is a popular reference in that country for those looking for detailed unboxings and device reviews. Good chopping. Here's a summary of the most relevant info. Wow, there's actually a lot about me here. Damn, Google Gemini really knows a lot about me. It's such a gossip. And that's it, folks. You saw for yourselves that this tablet really works. I truly loved it. I know this video took a while to get through, but I do highly recommend it, at least for reading, downloading documents, and chatting. It has a selfie camera, which we're just about to check out right now. Let's see how it looks. Let's go ahead and check it out together. For example, here's its selfie camera. Look how it looks. I'm recording with this device, but the image looks a bit weird compared with this one, which is the Vivo X300 Pro. And obviously, the cameras up top are professional grade cameras. That's exactly why it looks like that, and that's why it looks this way. Not bad at all, folks. And for video, here we can even see that it records in Full HD. Full HD is the specific video resolution this tablet can record at. Maybe it does autofocus, maybe not, but I'm going to switch cameras and show you up here at the top. There you go. It records in Full HD, which is great, at 30 FPS. And with the rear camera, it can also record in Full HD. So for doing interviews, it'll work really well. And that's it, folks. We finally reached the end. Thanks so much for sticking around till now. Did you like it? I think so. I think you set aside your time and spent a lot of time watching this video. But for the price, it's excellent. Big thanks to the folks at Fox and to you as always for coming to this channel. See you around. Bye. Take care.